Good day. Today we're talking about the rights of successors in interest to bring action in voidable contracts. The successors in interest of a party to a voidable contract may sue for the annulment of the contract. The testamentary or legal heir continues in law as the juridical personality of his predecessors in interest, who transmits to him from the moment of his death such of his rights, actions, and obligations as are not extinguished thereby. According to U.S. legal definition, the term successor in interest means a successor to another's interest in property, especially a successor in ownership of a business that is carried on and controlled substantially as it was before the transfer. The next one is the right of strangers to bring actions. Persons without material interest in contract is one who is not party to the contract or an assignee thereunder. Meaning to say, ito yung mga taong walang material na interes sa isang kontrata. She or he has no legal capacity to challenge the validity of such contract. And it has under Article 1397. Creditors of victim or aggrieved party. Strangers, therefore, even the creditors of the victim or aggrieved party are without right or personality to bring the action, for they are not obliged by the contract, principally or subsidiary, unless they are prejudiced in their rights with respect to one of the contracting parties, and can show detriment which would possibly result to them from the contract in which they had no intervention. Article 1397. Strangers are those who have no legal capacity to challenge the validity of such contract, possibly result to them from the contract in which they have no intervention or participation. Under of this article, it refers to the action for the annulment of contracts may be instituted by all who are thereby obliged principally or subsidiary. The rule in Article 1397 that only those who are obliged by the contract, principally or subsidiarily, may institute an action for its annulment was held not applicable to a case where the councillors of the practically the entire city of council filed a complaint as a representative suit on behalf and for the benefit of the city to declare null and void a contract executed by the city mayor without legal authority. The next one is the Article 1311. As a general rule, a contract is not binding upon and cannot be enforced against third persons, except in contracts creating real rights where third persons who come into possession of the object of the contract are bound. For example, nagkautang si A ng 1 million kay B. A and B are the parties to contract, di po ba? Kung namatay si B, dapat bayaran ni A ang kanyang utang sa naiwan o tagapagmana ni B. And that was the classic example for Article 1311. The next one is the mutual restitution upon annulment. If the contract is annulled, the parties, as a general rule, must restore to each other the subject matter of the contract, with its fruits and the price thereof, with the legal interest, unless there are fundamental reasons recognized by the law which will prevent such restitution. For example, kung ang isang kontrata ay napawalang bisa, bilang general rule, both parties must return the price and fruit with a legal interest to each other. And that is example for mutual restitution upon annulment. The next one is the extinguishment of action for annulment. If the person who has a right to institute an action for annulment under Article 1397 will not be able to restore the thing which he may be obliged to return in case the contract is annulled, because such thing is lost through his fraud or fault, his right to have the contract annulled is extinguished. Under the second paragraph, the right of action is based upon the incapacity of any one of the contracting parties. Whether the right of the action is based upon incapacity or not, the rule is the same. A voidable contract may be invalidated through the remedy of annulment, which restores the parties to the positions they would had if the contract had not been made. Such annulment is applicable even though the contract has not yet caused. And that's all for today. I hope you find this video beautiful and helpful. Thanks for watching.